Happy Holidays! Welcome to the brand new episode of Right Place, Right Time.
I'm Lance.
And I'm Mike. And on today's show, we're going to do what a lot of people don't do when it's the new year. And we're going to spend some time and just go back and respect and acknowledge all of the really great right place, right time moments that happened for the both of us.
So come on, take this trip down memory lane with us.
Communicate.
Welcome back, boys and girls.
Yes.
How rad is that? Even with the rain, especially since we've been getting so much rain.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, this sounds like actually LA.
Yeah, that's just outside right now.
Yeah, we've been getting, I don't know, for the rest of you that live all over the place, out here in Los Angeles, we had record-breaking rain this year.
Yeah.
We had like 2 weeks of rain, maybe like a month ago, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Did you see any of those, like, what's it, aqueducts? The, like, long dam things?
Yeah.
Like, full of water now.
Yeah, like all the
crazy.
reservoirs and everything are full of water. I always
all
say
that street tea.
I say reservoir. Jeannie gives me shit about
Reservoir.
that. Reservoir. Like, how do you say reservoir? I can't even say
Reservoir?
it. There it is. I can't say it.
I can't say brewery. I can't say the place where they make beers. I can't say it.
Two tater tots.
I can't say brewery.
Georgie.
We found out today Mike can do the It clown impression really well.
Hello, Georgie.
Yeah, you're going to have to pepper that in throughout the episode.
Little Georgie.
It's so creepy.
What a little dumb boy. Climbs down in the sewer to get his little boat. There's a clown in the sewer. Why would Georgie go in with the clown?
Yeah, who does that shit? Like, what a different kid. My man was fearless.
Speaking of which.
Oh, yeah.
That's why
Look at
we
this
that's
cup.
why we were doing
This is what sparked this.
Hello. I'm overexposed in the light.
And you can't sip, like, you can't do this. You got to bring this guy, you got to come face to face with it.
I'd like to kiss you in the face when you drink from my head. Hello, boy.
You just got to kiss Bill Skarsgård on his big-ass forehead.
Hello, Lance.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that doesn't creep you out. You're now known as the guy that is creeped out by all the stuff on our show.
Just wait. Just wait, because I know you saw Avatar as well, and there's a moment. I thought about you immediately in the theater. Becca was like, oh. I said, what? She was like, you don't see that? And I noticed I went, oh, get it off, get it off, get it off. Get it off, get it off. Enough.
Well, fuck, now I want to know.
Do you want to just get into it?
All right. So, yeah.
Quick anecdote. Okay. So on the show previously, we talked about my thing with like the giant face by the moon scares the shit out of me. So in Avatar, there's a scene where you see their deity, and it's huge. It is a gigantic head, and they give you the scale, where it's like the little people floating by, and then this giant thing turns.
What was this?
When they see Awa in the pink realm, and it's like the giant head. I didn't notice it. I was like, wow, this is so pretty. Becca went, oh, you don't see that? No, what? And then they cut back again, and I saw the face, like, I thought about you immediately. I was like, Mike's going to see this, and he's going to be like, fucking Lance.
Wait. That freaked you out?
I can't do it. I can't do it. It scares me. I don't know what it is.
It was like a very, all right,
Huge head.
If you guys haven't seen the third Avatar movie, I don't think we're ruining anything for you.
Nah.
Yeah. So, but it's a very like gentle, like pink, soft light. It looks like the baby at the end of 2001. It's what it looks like.
It does.
And so you see that, and then you see Moonface again.
It said,
I'm telling you, you're gonna be labeled.
and I just don't.
We're gonna start making merch.
Yeah, giant. I'm not gonna wear that shit.
Giant faces.
I see somebody out with it. Like, get out of here. Get out of here. Cover that up. Cover that up.
Well, since we're talking, I guess we'll break into Avatar right off the bat. I just saw it yesterday. I saw it last night.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Okay, I enjoyed it. I'm a fan of the first and second movie. Mm-hmm. I do think there were some points that lagged a little bit for me. I think there was some story stuff that I was like, what's this about? Come on, let's move it along. The spider character always bumps me. But the villains I loved in this one. I think that I would have, you know what it is? In the second movie, we get a lot of time with the water people, a lot of time to really embrace that culture.
Yeah.
And I thought once we realized that Quaritch is going to go to the fire and ash people, that we're going to get that same treatment, but through the villain's perspective with this new tribe and go, here's how their whole thing is. And it felt like they kind of rushed through that, and I wanted more of that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, it's such an ambitious film. Yeah. All of them are very ambitious because he's got to set up he's got to set up this universe that ultimately you could say it might be based on some sort of manga, some sort of anime or something like inspired by that kind of thing. But the general audience has no fucking clue. So you're going into a world where not only do you have to explain like, this is how gravity works in this strange world.
Yeah.
But you also have to go, these are who these characters are, and then introduces all these different things.
Right.
I would say I enjoyed the experience. If you guys haven't seen it yet, see it in the theater and see it in 3D because it's once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah.
You're not going to see it that way ever again. You're going to have it on TV. It'll probably be on Disney Plus at this point. And you're going to watch it on your TV and go like, what's the big deal about this movie? Go see it in the theater, and there'll be a point where your kids are going to like this movie more than you did. And you're going to be older and your kids are going to go like, hey, you ever hear of these Avatar movies? And you go, I saw it in fucking 3D.
How cool is that always? Like when people reference older movies and you go, oh yeah, I saw it in the theater.
Yeah.
I love that feeling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, so you got the prime experience with it.
Look, the internet is full of trolls and we're not trolls on this. At least I'm not a troll on this.
No.
And I think that a lot of people are trying to shit on this movie, and I don't trust it. You know me. You guys know me. You guys have been listening to my shows long enough, and you've been watching this long enough. I'm on the verge of being a conspiracy theorist when it comes to how corporations control and manipulate things. So half the time, I feel like a lot of the shit that's coming out is being actually created by corporations. Because James Cameron is the last guy that is free. Like an artist that is free from executive control.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people that have that kind of
Who
authority.
Does? Like you might be able to say Scorsese to a certain extent, but at this level.
Yeah, and the scale of what he's doing,
it's
right?
It's a massive thing because most of the time you hear about young directors that are hired, young guys that are hired to do Star Wars films. Look at Gareth Edwards. Look at Rian Johnson. Look at these guys that are hired to that they bring in, and suddenly the giant corporation's like, oh wait a minute, this is like $1 billion fucking franchise. So you gotta pull back here and you gotta cut out your darlings. And James Cameron is just notorious for being a guy that goes, no, fuck you. This is how I want my thing to be cut. And so when I go and I watch the movie and there are sequences that are long or there are bits that are long in it, I kind of revel in that because he can just fucking do it.
Yeah, it's nice. Like the thing I've heard from everyone is like, oh, it's 3.5 hours long. It didn't feel like it to me though,
dude, not at all.
Like,
and there were some cringy moments in it, but fuck you. Like, how many of you sit around and watch hours and hours of dog shit television just because you're like, it'll get better? How many of you sit through hour-long episodes with bad acting and all this crap and go, but it'll get better? You know, it's fucking lame. So I think at the end of the day, people want to pull down James Cameron because he's undeniably making successful movies. Yeah. And I think more than anything, it's more successful in other countries besides the US. And I think there are people online that view his movies and go, I didn't like the movie, but why does everybody else like this movie? And so they have to find some way to justify their feelings on it. So they shit on it.
Yeah. Which I just feel like if you're going to shit on it, go see it first.
Go see
it. Don't shit on it because you read comments and said, yeah, that's what I thought too. You know, you haven't seen it. Go see it.
But there's nothing wrong. Like I've seen plenty of movies that I enjoy. I'm going to say it. And it's I've said this before in other shows, but I hate the characters that Bill Paxton plays.
Yeah, I forgot about your hate for Bill Paxton.
I hate his characters.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Aliens. One of my favorite movies, but I fucking hate Bill Paxton in Aliens.
What's that line here? Stop your grinning and drop your linen.
Like he was
who is this?
He's cringy in that movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and you were saying that you had a problem with what's his name in the new Avatar movie?
Oh, the spider character.
He's Bill Paxton.
Yeah, he has some. There was a lot of like quiet moments with him that I liked, but a lot of the dialogue feels a little forced, a little hokey, or just corny. I'm like, where would he learn these phrases? What?
Stop your grinning and drop your linen. Come on, dude.
He said, "Kiss my butt, buttheads." I said, "Okay."
Yeah, but and I know a lot of you are like huge because it's nostalgia, and you're like, how can you talk shit about Bill Paxton? I'm not talking shit about him as a human being. I've heard that he's an amazing guy. He was an amazing guy in real life. His characters just drive me fucking nuts. Yeah. And he has that same sort of elevated thing in every one of the James Cameron movies. Everything from Terminator 1, where he played the punk, and he's just like, ah! And then he's in fucking, although he's really funny in True Lies.
I also liked him in Twister a lot. Is that him in Twister?
Yeah, he's in Twister.
Yeah,
he plays a little bit serious in Twister. I think he's a good dude. I've heard that he's a good dude. I just hate his characters, but I don't hate the fucking movies because of it.
Right. Yeah. I don't like Spider, but Avatar's still the shit.
Yeah, man. I watched Die Hard the other day. Great movie, right? Everybody
Is he
says
in that one?
No, but I watched Die Hard the other day. But there's a bunch of shitty actors in that movie.
Oh, yeah.
And no one talks about that, right? They just talk about how cool Bruce Willis is and how awesome. Not Hans. Who's what's the bad guy in that?
Oh, Alan
Rickman.
Yeah, Alan Rickman.
How awesome Rickman is. It's a movie, man. Sometimes you have great players. Sometimes you have players that just sort of take you through it, and it's fun. Yeah. That's kind of the whole point. So people that are shitting, my point, without me being so hateful, my point of it is that people shitting on Avatar, I think the only reason they're shitting on it is because they feel like they might be able to get to James Cameron because he's a singular person. Yeah. But like shitting on the new Star Wars or shitting on these other things, it's a lot more difficult because it's a giant corporation. It's Disney.
Yeah.
No one's going to answer those fucking emails.
Yeah.
Although I don't think James Cameron has an Instagram and he gives a fuck either. So
that's not James Gunn stuff.
That is more James Gunn stuff, yeah. But anyway, I liked it. You know what I like about the Avatar movies is it's quite obvious that James Cameron used to drive a truck.
Oh, because of the cruise?
I love
the one arm. You love the one arm guy.
I love him, man. For those of you who saw Avatar 2, it was I forget the actor's name. I should have done my research. But he's the guy that basically leads the poachers.
Yeah.
And he's the guy that's all excited about fucking killing whales.
Does he have one arm in the second one, or he loses it in the second one?
He loses it, remember?
That's right.
The cable catches his arm, and then it rips his arm off. It's such a satisfying, he's like, man, and he flips off into the ocean. And then when he walked on screen, I'm spoiling it, so spoiler. But when he walked out on screen, I was like, yes! And then he was still the same guy.
He's walking around in like the 3D haze and shit.
Oh, and he had like that cool arm.
Yeah. Did it, okay, when the movie starts, those first probably like 5, 10, 15 minutes, did it take you a second to adjust to how it looks in 3D? Not the three-dimensionality of it, but there's a certain smoothness that feels similar to like watching movies on a hotel TV.
Yes. So he was changing frame rate. So right now we shoot this show at 24 frames per second. That's why the show feels a little cinematic, because it's shot at 24 frames per second, which is traditionally shot at 24 and projected at 24 frames. It gives you that slight stutter in between the frames back when it was film, and in between those little black bars. Roll through it, and it gives sort of this dreamlike quality, and it makes it feel larger than life and ethereal somehow. Right? It does it to your brain. If you do that stuff in 3D, however the science works with the 3D imaging, you actually see stuttering. So as you move shots, you actually see the stuttering. And what I found fascinating about James Cameron, he's like a super science nerd about whether it's diving or building submarines or building lenses. Like, this guy's big into everything. But he did research, and apparently they were studying the brain. So they were studying brain patterns of people that were watching 3D stuff. And what he was saying is that you're not getting tired because of the 3D. You're getting tired because your brain actually has to process two images the same way that your eyes do. But what happens is that your brain cancels a lot of things out. Like right now, there's a microphone in my vision right here, but I don't fucking notice it because my brain goes, it's not important. So I just see the camera.
Oh, the Pink Elephants thing.
But when you film it on the screen, you guys can't ignore this red box that's here. Like, your brain can't get rid of that. Maybe it could, but in 3D, that red box would be there all the time.
Yeah.
And so he was saying that those things were giving people strain. So when you felt like you had a headache because you had the 3D glasses on. And so he did a study, and he found that if he changed the frame rate, so you got rid of the stuttering, you can actually watch the movie longer without getting stressed.
Yeah, that's right, because 3.5 hours, that did not bother me.
Didn't bother you at all.
I'm not a big fan of 3D, other than his shit, basically.
Yeah. And so, like, he did the science on that. And I was watching it real closely because I'm obviously a filmmaker and a nerd about it. And it seemed like he would do some scenes that were very smoothed out and other scenes that would run back to 24 frames per second. So that way you didn't feel like it was like, you know, an old Michael Mann movie a la like, you know, Collateral or what was the one he did with Johnny Depp and the gangsters?
Oh, the New York one?
But it was all shot in
know what you're
60
talking about.
frames.
Yeah.
And like it pulls people out. It pulls me out. I'm curious when they actually release the movie. I bet she's going to release it with 24 frames. And I didn't see it in a non 3D screening. So I bet you it's screening in like standard movies at 24 frames as well. Because
Yeah,
it's
I kind
all
of want to
creative.
go back and catch it that way just to see how the difference feels.
And I'm also, this is me getting real nerdy and I'm going to cut this off. I didn't register whether or not when there was an actual human on screen, if he was able to go to 60 or if it was just when it was all CG created stuff. Because if it's CG created stuff, he could change the frame rate to whatever he wants.
Yeah.
But when there's a human on screen, he has to still capture that in 24 frames per second to be able to actually put that.
Right.
So I
How
bet
do you...
now when I go back and watch that, this is like me doing, you know, fucking tech science mystery, you know.
Well, we should go back and
Great
see it again,
detective
man.
Yeah, man, it's cool. It's a look. Bottom line, fun fucking movie.
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly support James Cameron as an artist. Support James Cameron and what he's doing. I support him and his ability to essentially save cinema, like fucking make a giant movie
Yeah.
that everybody wants to go to the movie theater for. Give you a reason to go to the movie theater because you can't do that 3D experience at home the way you
Yeah.
can in the movie theater. So
Blockbuster, baby.
hell yeah, dude.
Okay, so we were talking about reflecting on the year. Mm-hmm. So before we started, you mentioned you use a great term, pillars. Like, do you mean like peaks and valleys throughout the year, or what is that
when
for you?
When I mention pillars are the things that you end up. Hello, pillars are the things that you end up looking back on.
Yeah.
I hate to put it this way, but like when I was on my deathbed, you know, and you look back on life, you just look at these pillars. What were those moments that happened that were
Yeah.
the most emotional, right place, right time moments for you? Like,
Well, before we get into them, do you think was that something you thought about before the head injury, or is it more because that set you on this sort of
because of the head
perspective?
injury.
Radical, man.
It's something that I would give to you because I know, you know, we all have a fear of death, right?
Yeah,
And we're all processing that fear of death. That's a big part of our life. And so being in that position, I realized that was the first thing that my brain did because I had the ability. I wasn't like, you're going to die in 5 seconds. It was like, you know, you could die in the next couple of hours. So you have time.
And the not knowing.
And then processing. And so you just sort of go through it. And so then I just was reflecting on my life as a way to comfort myself.
You know, despite the pain of the process of the head injury, I feel like what a gift that you were given.
Dude, I mean, that's kind of the purpose of this. I think many people look back on 2025 as a shitty year. And they have every right to.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that happened this year that really sucked, especially if you live out here in California, but all over the planet. There's a lot of things that happened that really sucked. And I don't want to get into politics, but for a lot of people, politics is a big part of why this year sucked. Yeah. I think that for us out here, we'll talk a bit about it. We had the fires, we had the strikes.
Yeah.
It is a very difficult time right now to get work. There's a lot of people that had to leave our business, the film business.
Yeah, a lot of people moved away.
Yep.
Went back home.
Yep.
An actress from class actually saw just moved back to her home state. And I just when those moments happen, you know, it's like people move. It doesn't make a big deal, but because it's people you know that came here with the dream, and
why are they
you watch them leave, you go, oh shit.
Yeah, dude.
It's a reminder that like none of us are ever so safe from that reality.
And I think that's what happens. I think that we go for a full year, at least I do. You go for a full year and you get exhausted by it. And you're just like, man, and it all depends on what your outlook is.
Yeah.
So you're like, man, fuck, it just sucks. And this continues to suck. And this is terrible. And then you go, the next year will be great.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that the move, what you have to remember is that if you process trauma, if you process your year and you look back on it, you'll come to realize that maybe you actually learned a lot this year. And maybe this year has been very beneficial for you as a human being. And then as you're processing your life and you're going, man, life goes by so quickly. It's because you're not taking a moment to actually like the moments that you find yourself in and respect the moments that you get
Dude, that's a good point, because when you first asked me this, I had to really like pause and think, because it was like, well, I know there has to be something, right? I'm sure if you're watching, you're thinking about this, right? Like, what are those, if you like take a moment to think about like 3 watershed moments over the last year. That takes a second, unless you have like some major crazy thing.
Sure.
Like it takes a second to go, wait, yeah, like what did happen? What went on?
Sure.
Do you want to jump into something? I see you got a little bit over there.
I've got a list of things. I mean, look, on my list, I've got some like, on my list, I've got some big moments, right? So of course, let's take a moment and talk about the fires for like a second.
Yeah.
Because that was a big thing for everybody.
Yeah.
And with us, where we are, we're close. We're not in the Palisades. And my heart goes out to every fucking person that had their entire life burned down.
Yeah.
And the Palisades was essentially just wiped off the map.
Palisades, Altadena, Pasadena.
All of it, man. And for us, we're close to the Eaton fires, which is right over the mountain behind us. And so when we woke up that morning, and Gina, I wasn't even aware, because every year we have the Santa Ana winds, which I think are going to start picking up like next week.
Oof.
So hopefully with all these rain that we've had, we don't have to have another fucking fire thing.
That would be great.
Which is great. But I remember waking up that morning and Gina had this app and she woke me up. And she woke me up at like 3 a.m. And she was like, I'm scared. And when your partner wakes you up and turns to you and says, I'm scared, you know, like all shit giving goes out the window, because normally I'd be like, what the fuck? But all of that goes right out the window and you go, what's the problem? And she showed me this app and she goes, I think we're gonna have to evacuate. I don't know what this is. And I remember I walked outside and I looked up onto the horizon and the sky was on fire.
Yeah.
And I never, talk about a crazy thing to see. I never thought I'd ever see that. That's like post-apocalyptic, you know, end of the world, you know, Independence Day.
I remember you had sent me a video. It looked like it was nighttime.
It was crazy, dude.
Because we had left early that morning. And I remember like checking in to make sure you guys were okay, because you're so much closer. We had the Runyon Canyon, when Runyon Canyon had caught, but we were already gone out of town. But I remember reaching out to you and like you sent me the video and I was like, was this like the night before or something? What is this? And it was just from the smoke and everything in the sky. It looked like it was nighttime.
It was wild.
Crazy.
It was wild. I mean, obviously I'm a Godzilla fan, obviously. And so for me, like I'm in this really scary situation, but I'm also kind of loving it, because this is like all the cool scenes.
You're like, the sky's on fire. Wow.
Like, whoa. But also I got to get out of here because we get burned. But whoa, you know.
Yeah.
It was cool. I hate to say it that way, because it was a very destructive thing for a lot of people's lives. But man, coming through it and being very fortunate and not having our stuff all burned down, and sort of walking out the back end of it, I go, what an interesting experience.
Where did you guys go?
We ended up bailing to Vegas.
Nice. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
My notion was, because we're trying to pack the car, and packing your car when everything's going to burn is a wild experience, because you're like, what do I take? What do I keep?
Right.
And you suddenly just sort of take a stock on the objects that you have.
Yeah.
And you realize how useless most of it is.
Yeah.
And you go, fuck. And I said to Gina, I go, we're only taking what we can fit in the car. That's it. And so we, of course, have all the rats. And at that time, we had 6. So, like, where do you go with rats? And, like, how do you travel with rats? It's not like a dog or a cat where you just have, like, a
little carrier.
At this point, like, we're emptying out totes and filling totes with, like, all their things that they need. So it took us a good fucking hour to get out of here. It was too long for us to get out of here.
And when you drove out, were you driving like through all that darkness and going sort of like towards Vegas where it clears up?
Yeah. It was
that must have looked crazy in the rearview mirror.
Dude. It was nuts. Yeah, and we decided to go to Vegas because my thought was get out of the state of California. So if the state of California goes into a state of emergency, you're not in it. Yeah. Vegas is pretty close. And Vegas has a shitload of hotels. And so you're probably going to get a good deal.
Yeah.
And we were very fortunate. In a roundabout way, all the way back in Boston, Gina's grandmother had rented out her apartment upstairs, and the woman that lived upstairs used to be a producer for The Real World.
Oh, wild.
And she produced Real World Las Vegas. And so they actually shot in the Palms Casino for like months. And so she got this deal because of it, she got this deal where they said, we'll comp you rooms for however many months or whatever it was. So she had a bunch of rooms comped.
Very nice.
And so we got a call after booking a hotel, just driving to Vegas from her grandmother. And she goes, we got you free rooms. We got you free rooms.
I also heard that at the time Vegas was doing discounted rooms as well.
They did,
for
yeah.
people because, which is, I think, is such a nice thing when you see other cities sort of come together, neighboring cities especially, to go, nah, come on, we understand.
Because it ended up being a fascinating adventure. I'll cut it short, but ended up being a fascinating adventure. We had to sneak rats through a casino floor into our rooms, which was
yeah.
And we had to set up our room with 3 rat cages. And then we had to get rat cages into the room.
The big cages?
Now, Gina went out and bought like the medium-sized cage. That's in the other room.
Yeah.
She went out and bought that medium-sized cage. And she was like, well, I'll have this be the larger cage for them. But how do I get it up into the hotel room? Am I going to walk up into the hotel room with a fucking animal cage? Like just, even if it's in a box. And so she had this genius idea where she wrapped as if they were presents. Oh. She wrapped all the rat supplies. And so she showed up to the hotel with all these big boxes that look like presents. and the guy's like, whose birthday is it? And she put on the spot. She goes, it's my birthday. And he goes, oh, happy birthday. So every time she would leave the hotel room,
happy birthday.
Like, happy birthday. But little did they know that she had wrapped animal cages.
It's all a sham. So like some lady showed up, brought her own gifts.
But it was really funny and surreal to be walking through a casino with totes, like fucking Home Depot totes.
Yeah.
And rats inside these totes to get them up into a casino room. Now, if Vegas is watching this, they're going to go, fuck this guy, you know?
Yeah. That's always for us. We had the 3 cats, and it was, I feel like being at Mike Vick's house in the back seat. They're just, like we have them in separate things, but they're just going for it. To the point that at one point we had them out so they could they were calm with each other, so we let them mill about. And I opened the door to get something, and my girl cat just booked it. Got out of the car, went under the car, climbed up into the chassis. And I was like, come on,
into the chassis of the car?
Yes. I was like, what a little street cat.
How'd you get it out?
I had to just try to coax her until I could get something and be like, I got to pull. Come on. like pulling this orange putty. It's like, just give me the rest of you. Yeah, cats.
Yeah, that must have been difficult, right? Because then you got to try to find an Airbnb that'll let you bring in.
Well, we had to do a little, how many cats do you have? 2.
Yeah.
But once we got in there, it was cool because it also showed us that when the cats had space that was neutral, how much they could work with each other and get comfortable. So now we just moved in together, our cats. We were already prepared for okay, we know how this is going to go once we get them together. And now it's just constant WWF in the house.
Yeah. See, because you're learning something that's interesting. And what it does is it takes you out of a traumatic moment like that takes you out of your comfort zone. Because we all find a rhythm, right, with our lives where it's this is what I do every day. And a lot of us get bored. We struggle to find a rhythm that's comfortable, and then you get bored in that rhythm.
Yeah.
And so you have these large things that happen that force you to think creatively. And what I took out of the fire thing is I was very proud of how quickly, how fast, how smart that Gina was and that I was to be able to get through this thing and survive this thing and be safe with each other. All the way through to the back end and having to clean up and then dealing with the toxic materials and the gas masks and all that stuff. We made it through. And now when I look back on that, being fortunate with it, now that I look back on that, I look at it as a positive experience because I now know that we have it in us to handle shit when shit goes bad.
Yeah, you realize that you're the person you're choosing to be with, you make a good team.
That's a really big thing.
That's a huge thing to know.
Yeah. So it was terrible, but it was cool.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun in Vegas. I was there for 8 days.
Nice.
Will came out with his family. We all stayed out in Vegas together. And while you're trapped there, you're like, well, let's just do Vegas.
Yeah.
And so we saw Cirque du Soleil, which was amazing. Cirque du Soleil. And so it was a fun fucking adventure for us. And then we had to come back to reality and sort of process it all. But unplanned. That happened like literally, if we're talking about it happening again, that happened like 2 weeks from now. That was when.
Oh,
that shit went
yeah.
down. Yeah. So
What
it's
years
this
am
time of
I?
year. It's like, hopefully Santa doesn't bring us fucking fires.
He said I brought you charcoal. It's your house.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But yeah, that was a big moment, I think, for a lot of people.
Wow. That's a big one, man.
Yeah. What about you? Do you got anything large?
Yeah. A fist. So, I don't think I've talked about this on the show before, but I told you, I came to your house afterwards.
This is a good one.
So, last year, I got into an altercation at an intersection where a guy kicked my car, and it just set me off.
Where were you that you got your car?
Hollywood.
Of course you're in
Of course.
Hollywood.
And so I get out of the car, and I'm pretty riled up because I feel the disrespect.
Hold on. Let me cut you.
Yeah.
So how did he kick? So where were you? How did
So
it set
I'm
up?
at the intersection turning right. I have the green light, but I don't notice that he's got the it's time to walk as well. The fact that those happened at the same time makes no fucking sense.
I always
but
think
fine.
I feel the same way when I'm in traffic.
So I start to make the turn, and I notice the guy now, and he goes, "Ugh." And I went, "Oh, sorry." And and I'm going like 5 miles an hour. I'm not, wow, I have a Prius.
Yeah.
There's no danger. Yeah. And as I make the turn, boom, and I look in the mirror and I see his foot come down. I say, this guy kicked my car. I can't have it.
This is the point.
Sets me off. And I'm like, I've had it. And I have all this stuff in my head about, see, there are no rules. And look at the politics. And people are just allowed to do anything. And there need to be consequences. And I said, this is it. Today, this guy's going to get the consequences. And I get out, and he's already at the passenger door on my side, which was a little bit alarming, I'm not going to lie, because I didn't expect that he was going to just be so ready to engage. I thought we are going to have like a little, but he's here, so I got to do something. So I shove him. And this guy was built like a brick shit house. He was made out of pure steel, but I already shoved him. So like, think. Well, come on then. So I put my dukes up. Because I don't want to look like a punk now. We're here. And mind you, we're in an intersection. There's a lot of traffic.
Were you scared when you pushed him and you felt his mass?
I wasn't scared at that moment, but I did have a
Oh, I fucked up.
I might have bitten off a little more than I could chew here. I might have a little too much dip on my chip. And so I square up with this guy, and it's just, he then a very intelligent fighter. Backs up to around the back of the car, and I'm like, he's scared. That's right. Come get some. And then it dawns on me at a point that I'm like, the sun's in my eyes. Bam! He hits me with what has to be the biggest fist. I feel like I got punched by Wreck-It Ralph. This guy punched me like this, right? Amazing jab. Yeah. Lightning fast.
Yeah.
His fist hit me in the bridge of the nose and my chin. Do you see how much space that is? There's my fist. Look at that. Can we do it? There. Yeah, see? That's double the fist. He punched me so hard and fast, and he didn't knock me out, it didn't stun me. It was just so shocking how did he do that? I didn't even see that coming. And it rung my bell enough to be like, the first thought I had was, oh yeah, I don't want more of those.
I'm sorry I ordered this. Can you take this back?
You know what? I think I'm full. I literally told him, he goes, come on, man, you're already bleeding. And I just went, yeah, you got that. And I went around, I got back in my car. Talk about walk of shame. All the traffic is stopped because we're in this little scuffle.
Yeah.
And I just got back in the car. But the only thing that pissed me off was I was able to go, this is not for me, you win. But he was like, yeah, bitch, when I got in the car. And I was like, something about getting called a bitch after getting punched in the face, walking away, and then getting back in a Prius. Very rough.
Let me just say, I'm a huge fan of you.
Yeah.
I've been a big fan of you. I love to film you. I love you on screen. We've made you into a star on screen. I love doing that stuff. But this guy sounds like a cool motherfucker.
This guy was cool.
I'm telling you.
I honestly, I saw him again on our street the next day, and part of me was like, I was going up and busting in the knees. Another part of me was like, but where does he train at? How did he get so good?
You kind of sound like the crazy villain in this story.
Yeah, I think I'm the bad guy.
Yeah.
And the worst part, the car was fine.
All right, from what I processed from the way, this is the first time you've told the story this way.
Yeah.
Right? So he moved around the car to put the sun in his back?
Yes, it was brilliant.
Dude, come on.
Brilliant.
Come on, that is
I couldn't see, and it was it didn't dawn on me because I was so adrenaline and come on, let's do it. Bam.
Dude,
it was brilliant.
That's
guy knew.
that's the kind of stuff you write in for a
kind
character.
of fight with Bruce Wayne.
He's just like, and meanwhile you're feeling all fucking hot.
Yeah.
And then he hits you, and then he goes, "Come on, you're bleeding."
He said, "You're already leaking."
Dude,
I was like, God damn it! Don't say cool lines too.
couldn't have written a cooler bit for that guy.
He was so cool, so cool.
Well, at least you got your ass kicked by an action star.
I got punched in the face. I got my ass kicked. Hold on. I took one punch to the face. I took it like a man. I had to know how to go. That's enough. I think I get points for toughness. Yeah. It takes a tough man to know when he's beat. Yeah, I was like, I don't want more of that. But so then I was on the way to come hang out with you. I was doing some errands. I was going to come hang out with you, and I remember hitting you up and be like, I just got punched in the face. I'm not doing that. And you're like, Dad, what are you going to go home and mope? Just come over.
Yeah.
And I came over. I think you had like gotten like, you poured me some whiskey and gave me like a pack of frozen peas and just laughed. And we're like, so maybe don't get out of the fucking car next time.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I had to have you come over to give you shit. Basically. So how old are you when you got in a fight on the fucking street?
So then the worst thing, I go home and I thought for sure, oh, Becca's going to be so disappointed in me and this whole thing. And because she had asked me, she was like,
right.
So is this like who you are? You getting in fist fights in the street? And I said, let's keep it a fist fight. Let's keep thinking about it as a fist fight, not I got punched one time in the face.
It's all got a chance when she watches this.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm with a bitch.
Like, I thought you said there was 3 guys and you took out the first 2, but the one guy snuck you.
Yeah.
But then we got to have this really nice talk afterwards where I had to accept, like, I had this thing inside of me going on all along where I was so concerned that am I man enough? Do I present this thing that I think that she will like? And all these ideas of what a man is. And then so getting punched and then having to come home with a swollen face and this whole thing. And you're like, yeah, here's what happened. And I got hit in the face. And like, that's not I got him home. This guy, somebody tried to hurt this old lady and I kicked his ass. Like, it's not heroic.
Well, dude, to give you credit, you did. I mean, you kind of went off the rails in the beginning, but you did pull it together at the back end.
Yeah.
I saw this kid. We were buying supplies for Christmas, and so one of my favorite things to do is I put on a big meal, and I go and I do like a big day of shopping. Mm-hmm. That's a big part of it. You go out, hunt and gather, and you find food. And so I was at like the grocery store down the street, and I'm checking things out in the checkout lane, and there are all these ladies that work at the registers, and I'm just there getting my shit, and I see the woman who's an older woman in front of me look past me at the door, and she starts to get like that concerned, slightly scared vibe. And so she's like, she's got that thing going. I go, okay, what's going on? And so I turn around, and this homeless guy comes in, and he just sort of walks in, and he's looking dangerous. Like he looks dangerous, like real wiry, like. And so he's going around, and he's got this like little book, and he's like, do you have a pen? And she's like, you've been in here before. I don't have a pen. And so then he walks over to the next young girl, and he's like, do you have a pen? And he's going and asking for all these pens. And so the older lady that's in front of me, she yells out for this guy. I can't remember his name. She yells out for this kid. She's like, Kevin or whatever. And she's like, Kevin, I need your help. Right? So you hear that. So as a guy, he hears that. The women are like, we need your help.
Which is like, you're the threat, you're the danger, you're bad.
Right. And so, this kid comes in now with fucking Superman on, and he's like, I'm here, and he walks in and he goes over to the guy and he goes, can I help you? And he goes, what the fuck? And then now the guy's getting in his face. Like he's crazy town, right? And he goes in to headbutt the kid. Like there's all this stuff that happens in the place. And the kid's like, now the kid is less concerned about his own safety because he feels like he has to posture in front of the women that called for his help.
Right.
So now he's in this space and he's like, you need to leave. And he's like overly projecting and he's doing all this stuff. And I'm sitting there at the counter as a guy that's been in situations before. I've had a gun pulled on me being a young, dumb kid like that before. Yeah. So I'm sitting there going, kid, just call the cops, man. Yeah. Like my move would have been like, hey, just so you know, cops are on the way. If you get out of here quick, you're probably not going to get arrested. I'm just helping you out. Cops are on the way.
Patrick Swayze Roadhouse.
You're out. Like get out. Like that's what you do as you get older. Yeah. You go, that's the deal. Cops are on the way. These guys are trained to deal with this kind of shit. So done. But he, of course, was feeling like I have to protect. And in my head, I just wanted to pause it and say to the kid, like, dude, none of these ladies give a shit about you. They called you in because they didn't want to deal with it. They could have easily just pick up the phone, called the cops.
Yeah.
Now you're here. You have to deal with this. If you get fucking stabbed, because I think this guy's got something to stab you. And I'm concerned. Like, I'm doing the whole get my shit, put myself away from the door, put myself back, pushing Gina back. Like, I'm like, this guy's fucking nuts. And the only reason why I didn't bail from the place is I'm like, he looks broke enough that he doesn't have a gun. But he probably has some sort of shiv or some sort of knife on him. And so as these two guys are getting into it, the guy starts to leave the store. And I was like, okay, all right. And then the guy goes to leave and he says something to the kid. I forget what it was, but he called him like a bitch, right? He goes, you're just a bitch. And then because there was enough distance between the kid and the kid now had the bravado. And you just know that moment. And I've been there as a young person. And I know that moment where it's like, I need to prove.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to be like, fuck you. And I just wanted to say to the kid, like, the last thing I want to do on the day that I'm gathering food for Christmas is to be holding a wound on your fucking neck as you bleed out and die in front of me. And I hate to tell you, but I'm going to call you a fucking moron the whole way out, dude. Because all you had to do was just let that guy walk out into the parking lot.
Just leave it.
And it's ingrained in us as guys because we grow up watching all these movies and we love all these guys and we love these heroes. And then it's also ingrained, I hate to say it, in ladies too, where a lot of danger comes into that situation. They go, I don't want to deal with it. Let me call in the guy. And then you are like, this is what I'm here for.
See what movies have done to us?
Yeah. I think, it's positive and
Yeah,
negative.
what's the thing that like most guys overestimate their ability in a fist fight by 4,000%?
100%. Dude,
Isn't that crazy?
100%.
I saw a video today where they were like, this guy was just going around saying like, oh, do you think you can fight? If you think about that for a second, do you think you can fight? Everybody said, yeah, of course, I'm pretty confident. Or yeah, I train, I do this and this and this. And then they show them, throwing some punches, doing the thing. Horrible.
Dude.
Everybody, every single person, laughable, like super bad. And I went, wow, we really be overconfident.
Dude, when I think it's just that I've been around long enough now where I've seen how unepic, how uninspiring death is.
Yeah.
It just happens. There isn't some sort of music cue. There isn't some big sound effect. There isn't something massive that happens. It just happens. And like you've seen videos of tough fucking dudes that spend fucking years in the gym and they train and they have all their shit.
Yeah.
I know how to do grappling. And they just get hit in the head in the right way. Lights out.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Look at the guy Anthony Joshua just had the fight with Jake Paul, and then what has it been, like a week, maybe 2 weeks? And he had a car accident in Nigeria. 2 other people died, and he got pretty banged up. And you see the clip of this guy, and he I don't know what's wrong, but like he's clearly in severe pain.
Yeah.
And you go, this guy is a physical specimen. I just watched him break someone's jaw on TV with a fist. But here he is in this moment. I mean, God bless him, it didn't go poorly for him that he survived, but other people still lost their lives. You know what I mean? You think that it's that you just made all these millions and that shit could go away a week later.
Dude, and talk about being in the right place, right time for a life lesson.
Yeah.
And that's really what I see moments like I got to learn from that kid again. It was just all I saw with that kid, and I'll make this brief, but when I was younger, I used to work for a music store, and I was an assistant manager at the time for one of the bigger music stores. And we got this phone call back in Massachusetts. I worked for this company called Strawberries. I don't know if you guys remember them. But they had all these different chains all the way up Route 9, which is like this highway that goes up through Massachusetts.
Yeah.
And so we got a call from like 5 or 6 cities away that, hey, we just got cleared out. And we think it's the Brooklyn Brothers, I think is what they called them. We think it's the Brooklyn Brothers. They just cleared out our end caps. They cleared out all the CDs. Like the poor girl that was downstairs didn't even see it happen, and they cleared it out. And we think they're on the run up Route 9. And so then we get a call from the next place. The next place is like, we just got hit. We get a call from another place. We just got hit. So these guys were doing the run up Route 9, hitting like all of these different music stores. And so my manager at the time, this dude named Kevin, he was a really awesome guy, took me to my first Typo Negative show. But he was like a big guy, and he was like, they ain't fucking hitting my store, because he was the manager of it.
Yeah.
He's like, they're not hitting my store. And he's like, come with me. Because I was his trainee, right? And I was like, all right. And you're so far from whatever violence is happening in your head. You're like, they're not taking our fucking store.
Yeah.
Right? And so they're on the way up, and we're calculating how long it's going to take for them to get up.
Right.
So we hide. We're in the floor, and we're down there. And in the front of the store, they had their top 40 end cap, which had all of the releases, the most valuable CDs. And these guys would just come in with shopping bags and go and take them and run out. And so we're there, and we watch them come in. No, we get down the stairs. We're coming down the stairs to get into the position, and the guys are just finishing. That's what it was, because it's years ago. So come down the stairs, and they're just finishing, and we see them leaving with the bags, and the end cap is cleared. And the person that's running the register had no fucking idea. These guys were good at it. And so my manager goes, let's get him, right? And so we fucking run. So we run out of the music store, and we're running after these guys, and they're bolting, and they have the bags full of CDs, and they're big dudes. Like, they're big fucking Italian-looking guys.
Yeah.
And they're running. And so we're running after them through these different parking lots. And the adrenaline's kicking, right?
Yeah.
Because you feel like you're the fucking hero. You feel like you're fucking John McClane.
I'm chasing down the bad guy.
I'm chasing down the bad guy, and you're fucking, and you're running, and I'm trying to impress my mentor at that time.
Right.
And he's just like, you go to the right, I'll go to the left. And I'm like, yeah. You know,
Copy that.
And you're fucking Roger, and you're doing all that shit. And so like you're running after these guys. And I remember they went into this parking lot, and they didn't know that we were with them still. So they were a bit comfortable. And they got to their car, and we're approaching the parking lot, and Kevin goes, you go behind them and I'll go from the front. Right. And I go, okay. And so I'm walking, and these guys are loading the bags, the CDs and shit into the car. And I walk around, and I see Kevin, I'm behind them, and they don't know I'm there. And I see Kevin sort of step out. This is me recreating it in my brain. He steps out action movie guy style. He steps up behind the car and goes, hey, what are you guys doing? You know, he does this bit, right? And I remember seeing...
You got a receipt for that?
Right. And I remember I look at this guy, and I, as a kid, because I was probably like 16, 17, and I look at this guy and I go, what a fucking man, you know?
Yeah.
And I see him do it, and then I see all of a sudden this big dude, he's probably 6 and change. I see this big dude, his face goes fucking white, like white. I see him just transform. So suddenly the magic of cinema that is surrounding this guy all shuts off, and you're seeing a cold world where all you hear is traffic, the birds. Suddenly the reality sort of fills right back in, right? And he just goes fucking white. And I go, hey! And they turn, and they have a fucking gun. Ooh. And so now I'm in a parking lot staring down the barrel of a fucking gun. And now you grow up. That's grow up time. Mm-hmm. And you're hoping to God that you don't fucking get killed because you just learned a valuable lesson. My brain goes, how much am I getting paid? What am I doing? What's happening? How am I out here? What the fuck? This company doesn't give a shit about me. Like, what am I doing? Yeah. All of a sudden, all that stuff goes, and it just all culminates in me going like, my bad, man. Like, just right off the bat.
It's the top 40's not even my jam.
I hate Madonna's new album. Like, so quick, you know? And the guys jump in the car and they leave. And I remember the cop showed up, and we're up in the office, and the cop pulls me into the office. Like, this detective pulls me in the office, and he starts fucking chewing me out. And he's like, are you a dumb piece of shit? Like, he was just chewing me out. And he's like, you realize you would have got fucking killed for these people? They don't give a shit about you. Yeah. And I go, I already learned this lesson. I learned it when there was a gun pointed in my face.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah.
What a great story, though.
Yeah.
That was pretty solid.
Dude, I love it, man. I love going through these life experiences.
Yeah.
You know, got great fucking things to pull on.
Yeah. Oof. I don't think I've ever had a gun pulled on me. That must be fucking terrifying.
I can't even tell you what the gun looked like. I just remember the barrel. I just remember staring down the barrel and being like, yeah.
Isn't it crazy that somebody could just own a thing where they go, if I just point this in your direction, it'll change your life.
Yeah. I'm just lucky that the guy wasn't a murderer.
Yeah.
I'm just lucky he wasn't like, this is what I like to do.
He gets in the car and lights a cigarette. So did you see that guy's face?
See what a bitch he is? Madonna's new album's great.
As they're putting it in.
Yeah. That's what they bought it for. That's what they stole it for.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Cool life experience. I haven't thought about that story in a while.
Yeah. That's a good one, dude.
Yeah.
And talk about right place, right time as well, right? Like, I think that's kind of what I'm hearing in our conversations today is about like the right place, right time to like learn something or to have the brutal lesson brought to you. You know, because where the fuck else do you learn that without getting punched in the face, without having the gun pulled on you and go, oh, right.
Yeah, and like, why not take stock of these things? Because if you take stock about these things and you tell these stories again, then you're actually relearning that lesson. And then this becomes, I see these things almost as like a toolbox that you carry with you or a tool utility belt.
Yeah.
And then you find yourself in a fucking grocery store with some young fucking kid that's doing that shit. And Gina's like, would you have jumped in and done that? I go, no. I know. I've been there. I know what the outcome. I'd help that kid if he got stabbed and I'd make sure that he didn't bleed out or I'd try my best. But like, I ain't getting in that fucking shit. Like, come on, man. Like, if I jump in that shitstorm, then the cop was right that was giving me shit. He's like, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You're a moron, dude.
Yeah.
Life is so precious and you're going to give it away for a fucking bag of CDs. I
don't know though. I don't know if I saw somebody get into it and someone was hurting them, I don't know if I would have it in me to not help. I'm not going to go picking no fights no more.
Yeah.
But if someone was in danger, I don't know if I would have it in me to, I think I would have to do something to help.
Well, if I heard that you got...
It's probably still dumb.
If I heard that you got killed by doing something like that, I would... Let me just give you...
Yeah.
Let me just tell you what the legacy of my mind would be. I'd
go, who's that guy on your wall over the computers? Mike said, that's a goddamn hero.
I'd go, well, Lance thought he was a hero for a hot second, but what a fucking idiot. That's what I would say. What a fucking idiot, man. Because now you're dead, dude. You know, that kid doesn't give a shit about you.
Well, this is assuming I died in this scenario. What if I emerged victorious?
What if you lose an arm?
Well, I mean, they're getting some of the new stuff looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, dip.
Yeah. Shoot the whale in its belly, you know.
I'll be coming over like, Mike, let's arm wrestle.
Yeah. Well, dude, I mean, talking about arms.
Yeah. Yeah, you had a huge one this year.
Yeah. I had a big one. I had a for those of you who haven't heard this story, I don't know if we've said it on this show filmed, but I know we've talked on it on the audio podcast. But yeah, right after the fires, we came back. Our life was getting back to normal. I'm literally running around with an air tester to decide whether or not we can get in and out of the car if there's toxic air floating around. And it was like one of the first days where the air quality was decent. And I decided that I was going to do what I had been doing every morning, 3 or 4 times a week to keep cholesterol at bay. I'd ride my bike. And I took my bike out and rode around the same path that I had been doing for 3 years, the path that runs around the Hollywood Reservoir. And fucking, this was just the day that was different.
Yeah.
And when I was doing my ride, I was really happy to have a bike. It's been a while since I've had a bike. And I was like, I'm going to get a Trek bike because I always wanted a Trek bike as a kid.
Trek bikes, like you can go on road and like trails and stuff?
More importantly, the frame is like very lightweight.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So like you can go fast on a Trek bike. So like on an average, now that I've been doing the exercise bike and I know the speeds, on average, I was probably doing about 15 miles an hour on the Trek bike.
Zooming.
Yeah. It's like a 21 speed. So you get up high and you're cruising.
Also, the res is it's
a great place. There's only one section that have cars for like a little hot second.
When you go up around back towards the neighborhood, right?
Yeah. But then once you're on the trail, there's no cars. So you can have your headphones on. You can just be listening to fucking podcasts and just really sort of ponder life. It was a really good meditation for me.
Yeah.
Doing that. And this day was unlike any other. I wasn't doing anything special. I wasn't riding without my hands on the handlebars. I was just doing my thing. And one of the cool parts about the reservoir is there's a dam. And you can ride over the dam and you can see the Hollywood sign in the background. And, you know, this is also an area where a lot of celebrities like to jog. So you always like, oh, it's Kevin Smith. You know, like you're seeing people, which is fun. So I sort of turned this corner at a high clip. And suddenly there are 10 or 15 off-duty firefighters that are jogging. They're out for a run. and they're running at me. And I just turned this corner at about 15 miles an hour, and I went, oh, shit. And so quickly, I went through the process of just avoiding them. So I turned quick, and I was taking a look at the guys as I went by, and I was just giving them a nod. And what I hadn't noticed, over on this bridge, there are these raised manhole covers where they get access to whatever the fuck is in there. And I knew they were there because years prior, Gina had hit one and gone over her handlebars and skimmed her hands. So I always knew that they were there, and I would always avoid them. But because of this situation, so I look at the guys, and I look back, and I look at the ground, and my brain has enough time to go, oh, you fucking idiot. Like, here's the fucking thing that, and then I hit it, right? Oof. And so you hit it, the tire catches, and it goes up, and I go over. So I go over the handlebars, and I'm airborne. So I'm flying through the air, and what's running through my head as I'm making the flight is I'm like, don't crack your skull again.
As I'm making the flight. I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's true. It's true. So take off, Elton John, Rocket Man, and you're up in the air, and you're like,
oh, man.
All right, asshole, you made some dumb move. You're flying through the fucking air. Don't hit your head. I had a helmet on, but don't hit your head. So I'm curving myself. So as I fly through the air, I'm turning myself so I'm not going to hit my head and my neck. And I land full force with 220 pounds, full force on the top of this arm. And it feels like my entire arm just pushes into my body. And you hit. And it's that kind of hit. Like, I don't know when the last time you guys have been in a car accident, but it's like frame on frame hit. Ooh. Structural.
Yeah.
Boom. And I've broken bones before, and I just boom, and I hit, and I land on the ground, and I just start screaming. Ooh. I just start screaming.
Was that because of like I think I broke something that you could tell, or was it just straight pain?
Ripping pain. Oof. Ripping pain. Searing pain. And your brain's like, I didn't hit my head, I didn't. Fuck. And then it starts to run. And it starts to run all the way through your chest, runs all the way up into you. And so I'm on the ground fucking roaring. Grown man roaring, right? Oof. And so I roll over on my back and I look up, and it's all the firefighters, all the off-duty firefighters. They don't have any of their gear.
You said heaven looks weird.
Yeah, it's all these big dudes, big Mexican guys, looking down on me. And they're like, hey, yeah, what's going on? You all right? And I'm just looking up at them, and I have tears streaming out of my face. Yeah. And I'm fucking screaming. And I go, guys, don't judge me. But it hurts so much, right? And so the guys are like, luckily they're firefighters. So they're like, it's okay. And the guys stand over me, and the guy starts to check me out, and he goes, I think you've dislocated your arm. He goes, I think you've dislocated it. I've done that before, he said. It hurts like a motherfucker, and it's going to hurt. And he goes, and it's going to hurt until they set it. And it's going to hurt like a bitch when he sets it. It's going to, and all I'm thinking is like Lethal Weapon. Yeah. I'm like, am I going to go slam my arm up on the wall? And fucking, right? And I said to the guy, I go, if it hurts this bad, then Mel Gibson did a real shitty job portraying it in Lethal Weapon, because this hurts so bad. And so the guys were like, all right, well, is there someone we can call? And I'm like, my phone's in my bike, grab my phone, call Gina, right? Yeah. Now, poor Gina. Like, this is the second time she's had to deal with me having a situation like this. So Gina,
I remember her calling me, be like, oh, this thing up on the mic. I'm like, what?
Yeah, dude. So they put her on speakerphone, and she goes, what's going on? I go, I'm in trouble. I'm really hurt. And I'm screaming on the phone. Like, I'm screaming. I'm trying to talk to her through the screams. And the firefighters were like, look, we got an ambulance coming. We're going to take him to the hospital. We'll tell you what hospital it's going to be. Yeah. Don't bother coming all the way up here, because by the time you get all the way up here,
he'll be
off and running. And Gina, being Gina, was like, no, fuck it. And so she still came out. Now, the way that the Hollywood Reservoir works, there's only a few access points to get in. And there are like these utility roads. In each of these utility roads, there are multiple gates. You have to have keys to get through the multiple gates. Mm-hmm. And the firefighters don't have all the keys. And so they called the ambulance, but it took the ambulance to get to where I was, took the ambulance an hour and change. And so you're on the ground with the worst pain that you've ever had in your life. And the world starts to change. So like the colors start to become vibrant, and I'm staring up at the sky. And these guys are talking to me. They're doing what firefighters do really well. And he's talking to me, keeping me current. He's like, how you feeling? You're going to pass out? What's going on?
Yeah.
And I'm just seeing this world, and I'm seeing these birds, and I'm just so hyper focused on it. And then processing this pain, and the pain would come in waves. And so you suddenly go from being panicked to like, I have to deal with this, right? So now your brain is like, I'm in deal with this mode. And one thing I've learned, and this is advice that I'll give to anybody, if you ever find yourself in an accident, if you ever find yourself in a situation where you're in a life-threatening thing, the best thing in the world to do is be a gracious victim. Be a gracious person that people have to take care of. Make jokes. Do things with them. Because these guys deal with these people all the time. I've done ride-alongs. I've hung out with these guys. And they're like, oh, what a pain in the ass. And this person's a real asshole. And if you're a fucking asshole, they'll write you off real quick.
Yeah.
And you won't get the treatment that you need, or potentially they won't give you the extras that they could do for you. And so I just find myself going, what's up, guys? And so now I'm in fucking pain, and I'm just talking with the guys. And my brother's a firefighter, so I know firefighters, and I know what they do. I'm like, how long have you been on your shift? And so they're like, we don't have to talk about this stuff. I go, no, it helps. And so like just broing down with the guys, right? Ambulance finally shows up, and they come out and they hit me with morphine. Ooh. This is like,
so you're going to chase the dragon, baby.
Dude, this is like Black Hawk Down shit. This is like, give me the morphine. Like it's that, you know? And whenever you watch like those war movies and the guys come in the little thing and they hit them with a little prick and they give them the morphine, that's what it felt like. Dude, it was wild. It was wild. And you sit there and you're all of a sudden your body goes, well, I'm not feeling the pain, but your body goes, but I know it's there.
Weird.
So you know it's there. You know shit's broken. You know it's fucked, but you're not feeling it.
Yeah.
So you're in this weird place. And what it did is it enabled me not to sort of get through the pain part of my brain.
Yeah.
And actually focus on what I was saying. And I could have.
Yeah, it's so oddly cerebral too.
But it doesn't last that long.
Really?
Yeah. So
how long does it last?
I don't know. Don't quote me on it because I was in a fucking crazy state, but I feel like it lasted like 20 minutes, 30 minutes or something. It doesn't last.
Damn.
It doesn't last a long time. And I don't want to overhit you with it. So
right, but I can see how people wind up getting hooked on shit like that. If you go, oh, it's only 20 minutes. I need a little, dude, I still hurt.
The opioids were a crazy part of this whole adventure. So then get in the ambulance. Gina shows up. She's a sweetheart. And she looks like she's like completely fretted, but she knows how to handle stressful situations.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'll grab your bike. I'll meet you at the hospital. We'll get there. We'll do the whole bit. So they take me to the hospital and we're driving and the guy's like, it's going to be real bumpy. And I'm just joking around with them and they're laughing and having a good time. And they pull me into this hospital. I think it was like Pasadena or something. They pull me into a hospital and you get to go. Now you're on an adventure because I'm not really feeling pain. So I'm on this adventure now. I'm meeting new people. I'm meeting these new guys. And they take me through the back doors of an emergency room. And I'm like, this is cool. Get to go in and the head nurse comes up. And it's very much like, what's the big show on HBO?
The Pit.
The Pit. Like The Pit. She comes over and she looks like she's on The Pit. And she's got her little badge. And she's got her shit. And she's like, what are you doing? And the guy's like, we're bringing in. He's got a thing. We think he's got a dislocated arm. We got a whole bit. She goes, why'd you take him here? She says to the guy. Now, I have two big, tough Mexican firefighters.
Yeah.
Two tough guys. And the whole way over, we're talking about sandwiches. And they're like, we're going to get some lunch. And they're like, it's the best sandwich shop. And I go, man, I wish I could go with you guys to get some sandwiches.
Yeah. So bring me one back.
So come in. And the nurse comes over, puts a thermometer in my mouth. And she's like, why'd you take him to this hospital? And he goes, well, it's the closest hospital. It's the best care. And she goes, you know, we're overloaded. We're not going to do this stuff. And the guy goes, and you see the firefighter go like, and she goes, I don't know how he did it. And she walks away. And the firefighter like turns to his partner. And they have like, if you work in that business, you have sort of like this quiet little communication that goes. He turns to his partner and he like murmurs. He goes, you see the way she was talking to me? And of course, me being high on morphine, it like unleashes the troublemaker in me pretty quickly. And I just pull the thermostat out of my mouth and go, I saw what she said to you. Seems like she was giving you some shit. And he goes, she was giving me some shit. And I go, looks like she was giving you some shit.
Yeah.
And he goes, I tell you, every time I come in here, she gives me shit. And I go, maybe she likes you, you know?
Like, so once I broke my shoulder and 2 people fell in love.
Meanwhile, I'm like holding the thermostat like like a cigarette. Maybe she likes you, you know?
So let me tell you something about women.
And so then the guy was like, he laughed, they laughed. And he goes, we're going to get you the good room. You know, they took me back, put me in a good room, put me in the space. And the guys were like, we hope you're going to do really well. I didn't get to communicate with them afterwards. I wish I knew their names. The guys were really nice. But yeah, they came in, they x-rayed it. Turns out I broke it. So completely broke this. And then the ball at the top of the bone crunched and shattered.
Sheesh.
And so ended up, that happened right before the weekend. I had to go the whole weekend before we can get a orthopedic surgeon. So it started to heal wrong. So they had to like redo it. I went on this crazy adventure with dopamine and all these other drugs that I had to deal with. And then got a plate, 12 screws, met like this, I'm fast forwarding through it, but met this crazy surgeon who was very arrogant and crazy.
I mean, I remember you saying that he told you it was like 98%. 98%. I know I looked over here like, right, guys, remember? But then now looking at you now, I'm like, I feel like my man was cocky for a reason. He knew what he was doing.
You know, man, like, so
I wish he would have just made your arm like 2 inches longer, just so you'd be throughout the world like just unbalanced.
Well, when you call me Cable, yeah, I'm Cable now.
Yeah,
I've got there's titanium in here, and
got your plates.
Yeah, it's cool, man. So now if I get into like a katana fight, I just put my arm out like this.
You can go,
oh, you cut through my skin and maybe some of the muscles, but you didn't get through the bone. You know, like, it'd be cool.
You still can't move it though.
Yeah. Ow. But yeah, man. Wild experience. I had to go through physical therapy. I met some crazy people in physical therapy. I mean, one of the cool parts about the whole experience is that you get pulled out of your comfort zone. And I went from just being like a lethargic, sort of slightly depressed, fat piece of shit to like, now I've got a purpose in life. I got to get my arm back.
Yeah, you got a goal.
I got a goal. And that was my goal. So worked really hard, did everything I was supposed to do, and went through physical therapy. Now joined a gym. I'm on.
Oh, you got a personal trainer now, right?
Yeah, for a short period of time. I got a personal trainer, and Matt, he got me up and running. And so now I'm like lifting with this arm. I'm picking things up. I'm doing things with it. It still gets a little tough, like right there. It gets a little tough, but like overall, man.
It's good to be back in the gym like that, man. I think everybody's got to find their thing.
Yeah, man.
For you, the first physical therapy, the personal training, following up from my story of the punch, like it made me go back to boxing, which
yes,
just finding
you're boxing now.
Yeah. Like finding the confidence, right? Like I think you're either going in for something physical. I need to get mobility back to this arm. I want to lose weight. Like everyone has some kind of goal. For me, it was more like, oh, I need the confidence back, man. I need to know that if I need to protect myself or my lady in like a real situation that like at least feel confident that like, hey, the last time a punch got thrown my way was in this setting and I was training and felt practiced and ready and I knew what to do next, and not the last time didn't go so good. So I think, you know what I mean? Like,
so when you're sparring in the gym, you're like, bring a guy with a bigger hand. It needs to be
I'm just going up to everybody, hold up your fist.
Yeah.
No,
too small.
No.
Too small.
Yeah. So, but it's beautiful, I think, especially getting older, finding the thing for you that keeps you physically active, because that shit, the body will go away.
Dude, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's been good. Like the whole process has been great. And I'll tell you what, man, it's going to follow me around now. It's going to be my thing. But as a filmmaker, I come up with the best ideas when I'm broken. Yeah. I mean, 12 cam came up when I cracked my skull years ago. Mm-hmm. And then this time around, Will and Jessa, but my buddy Will, who has been my writer for years, he's one of my best friends. And then he was here and they went to the hospital and they were part of the whole thing. And he was like, we got to work on something. And I was out of commission for at least a few months. And I was like, let's work on a movie together. And so we had this idea we wanted to originally do a slasher film. Mm-hmm. And so I was doing the research on slashers and I was looking at masks and I was like, oh, it'd be cool to do a slasher movie in some foreign country. It'd be cool to do a slasher movie in like Italy and that'd be kind of fun. But everything I was talking about with slasher movies, it was just very aesthetic. You know, it was like, what does the mask look like? And I realized as the more research I did on slasher movies, the more I realized that I would say 97% of slasher movies I don't like. And I think ultimately it's because the characters in a slasher movie have to suck really bad. They have to be really shitty people, so that way when they get murdered, the audience is like, yeah, cut his fucking head off.
I love how back in the day that was basically people who smoked weed, had sex outside of marriage. Like that was enough at that point to be like, oh, kill them, the little whores. Now, like somebody's got to be like a real foul piece of shit. Which is kind of, I don't know, I have fun with that because I'm rooting for the guy. I'm rooting for Jason every time.
Yeah, but I just don't want to. I said to Will, I was like, man, I don't want to be on set and have to convince the whole crew, hey guys, we got to go into like triple overtime today because I got to finish shooting this scene about how this guy is like a piece of shit and how that like he just, and then like doing that coverage where Will was like, maybe they're all on a bachelor party, and I was just like, oh, and then like you're gonna have to shoot like the stereotypes of like fucking white dudes that suck.
And it's like that kind of stuff, all that kind of stuff can, in the framework of a slasher, I think works really well. But then it comes down to what do you want to do? What's the story you want to tell?
I just don't want to be doing that.
Yeah.
And so I thought real hard about it. We were going back and forth, and Will's really good at coming up with new ideas. And so he was like, what if we do something that's more vampire-esque? And I was like, yeah, that'd be cool. And I said, look, I want to do a movie that is pure suspense, pure technique, pure horror, visual language horror, like everything I love about Alien, like everything I love about The Thing, like pure that, you know. And we talked, we came up with this great idea. He wrote it really quick, and we now have this new movie. And,
yes, sir.
And I got a part that I want you to play in it. And
this is where he pushed the button. Yeah. Applause.
But yeah, and I wouldn't have this idea if I didn't have Will in my life, and I wouldn't have this idea if I didn't have you in my life, and I wouldn't have this idea if I didn't break my arm.
Fast forward, we're all sitting around in a dim lit restaurant going, it's been 10 years. He needs something. So do we hit him with a car, throw him down the stairs? So I had these banana peels.
But dude, I mean, and look, man, I can't talk a lot about the movie because we're trying to get the movie made, but I can say some very exciting things about it. And it's the first time that we've ever written a film that has no notes. So all of Will's agents, no notes. Like my agent, no notes. You know, I think I'm allowed to say it. I'll beep it out if I'm not allowed to say it, but I think I'm allowed to say it. Like we're partnered up with Scott Free on this.
No notes?
No notes. Well, I mean,
you want to know why? Because it's so fucking cool. That's why. I appreciate the way you're talking about it, all the class and candor. It's fucking cool as shit. Okay. It's so cool. I was watching him, and I noticed like the way that they were emphasizing sound design, which in the framework of that movie is cool, but it doesn't like. It doesn't feel like a device, or at least I'm not understanding how the device is working. But the thing about what I know about your thing, there's so much I'm excited about. I'm excited about the sound design. I'm excited about seeing that world. I'm excited about if I get to come be in that shit, being in the theater, watching, being in the dark room, feeling everyone react to this thing. The experience of knowing what this concept was, all the way to the inception of like fucking watching it, then credits roll. It's so fucking cool. And I hope you guys get the fucking franchise or whatever. I hope you get all the big shit because it's that fucking cool.
Thanks, man.
I had to get that out because you were talking too nice about the shit and not giving the excitement, Mike.
Well, what's cool about it, and I think that Will and I have worked on, it's really hard being a filmmaker that's trying to get things developed.
Yeah.
And I talk to listeners of this podcast are in love with the process, and they're like, when's the feature happening? What's happening? And the amount of movies that I've basically planned out that just couldn't go yet because of circumstances. And this is the first time that we felt one that's like, fuck, man, this has got a lot of momentum.
Yeah.
And I have to give credit to somebody for changing the way that we write scripts. And it's Tom Jane. We had Tom Jane on our show.
Yeah.
Tom Jane and I are buds. And I had sent him over a script that we were working on. And he generally liked it, but he was like, Mike, you know what you should do? I think this will really help your movies out. He's like, go back and read old Walter Hill scripts. Now, Walter Hill did Warriors, Walter Hill was originally involved with the first Alien. Walter Hill did 48 Hours. Walter Hill did all those movies from that time period, you know, and he was involved with all of them. And I went back and I read these scripts, and he really just breaks everything down to descriptions. And the way that he writes men in his scripts is really cool. And the fast read and the action packedness that went with it, I was very impressed by it. And what I like about Will is that he doesn't have an ego. So I went to him and I said, dude, you got to read some of these Walter Hill scripts. And I think this could be a really cool style for you to write in. And he was on board immediately. And he goes, oh, I know, it's on the left margin. And so he jumped right into it. And that combination of us rewriting that triggered this car alarm.
That was great. What, did you see him processing that frustration?
The fucking director. Guys. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to go with it. Anyway, because of that, we got a great script. And because of that advice, so big shout out to Tom Jane for giving us that advice. And yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well, I'm excited, dude. I think it's rad. I think it's always cool watching you and Will come together on something. So it'll be great to see this one start up, man.
And it all comes down to just embracing the fact that I broke my arm. I could have been in a position very easily, where I said, this is the end of my life. This is the end of, fuck, how could this happen to me? Yeah. This is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. And then just sort of fall into a depression. Luckily, I have the support around me where it's harder to do that.
Yeah.
And I have people around me to go, do you really need that pill again? You could probably process the pain. And you're like, oh, great. Now I'm not addicted to opioids. Thank you so much for that advice. But it's really just how you process it. And I think that's what I'm trying to do on today's show. And what we're trying to do on today's show is just to remind you that as we go into the new year, I'm excited about 2026. I'm excited about the prospects of 2026. Yeah. But I want to take some time and just ruminate and process what we went through this year and how important it is for me, how important it is for you, how important it is for you. And instead of focusing so hard on here's what my New Year's resolutions are, and half the time you don't fucking do that thing anyways.
Yeah.
Right. And I join a gym and then you quit it 3 weeks later.
Yeah.
And I lose this weight. All fear-based. Take some time and just process what you went through this year and how it played out. And what did you learn from it? And if it sucked, it sucked. But does it still suck?
Yeah.
You know, it sucked having this thing broken, but.
Ooh, I got one for you.
Yeah.
So, I feel like this is fine to share. It's more. We'll get a little more vulnerable. I used to live in Hollywood. We moved now. Learned my lesson. I'm not gonna say where.
Lance's new address is right here on the bottom of the screen down here.
So, a big part of that move, Becca and I had been together for 3 years and change. So we were already kind of starting the conversation about what about if we moved in together? We don't like this building. It kind of sucks here. What might that be like, right?
Yeah.
But the timing also worked out because at that time I was getting evicted. So,
oh, right.
We talked about the strikes, the business, everything that was happening in the business. And I was working as a PA, right? And driving Uber. But we got more lifts and we got Waymo now. And there's all this other stuff. And so Uber money is way less than before. And then PA work drastically slowed down because no one had the budgets or they weren't shooting here. And so next you know, you're like, oh, I just paid rent. It feels like it's due again. And I haven't found any work. And you're trying, and I'm applying to things, going for it, right? I'm not just sitting going, well, I'll find a PA gig. I'm applying, trying, new resume, this, that, and nothing is sticking.
Dude, it was so hard. Halfway through last year.
Brutal. And so I wound up in this position where I owe rent. And they're like, you got to go. So I go through this whole process. We got to go to the courts and doing this whole thing. And you don't want to talk about fucking stressful.
Also, fuck those guys. That apartment that you lived in was a real fucking shithole.
Yeah.
And those guys are fucking those guys are vultures. That's vulture shit.
Yeah. Well, they wanted people out because they're like, we're going to put an Airbnb here. So my little month and a half that I was behind, got to go.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
But the process of going to the courthouse, being in that cold, it feels like you're in a cold marble basement that's lit like a hospital.
Yeah.
And you can feel who's a lawyer and who's not based off of the desperation that's exuded. It's it's just this tunnel of desperation and confidence. And you're watching these people interact with each other. And like there was this program that I worked with like the nonprofit that helps people just navigate the process, fill out the paperwork. I'm also like going online, I'm reading books, I'm researching. And through this whole process, I'm thinking, remembering like, oh, like I am self-sufficient. I think I can navigate this thing pretty well. And then you hit a bump and you go, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
And you start going into the courthouse and they're asking you questions and you're just standing there like, I don't know. It's like the best thing I can think of is it would be like going onto set. We're doing your coverage today, all the close up, and you go, I have a scene? What are there's lines. Oh, I'm supposed to say something?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
Yeah.
But then you've got your Ridley Scott who goes, okay, action. And you go,
fuck. Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing.
yes, sir. Great, good. Let's go. And you go, what? That's it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This whole process was so stressful and so tense, but the thing that sticks out with me the most was the very last day that I went in. We just had to agree on terms. And they had offered me some terms before that I was going to buckle and go with, and the people that were helping me out were like, you could, but like, that's bullshit. You should not take that. So, okay. Yeah. So I said, no, I want to think about it. And I remember sitting in the courtroom because they didn't show up on time for our mediation. Mm-hmm. When they did show up, the fucking lawyer was such a prick. He goes, oh, you're finally here. I went, I've been here this whole time. You haven't been. Okay. So he goes, well, we're not meeting. Whatever we agreed, whatever deal was last time, that's the deal. You take it or leave it. And he walks away and I go, I mean, okay, I feel like the judge is going to feel differently, but all right. So we go down to the judge and the judge, he goes, yeah, we're not able to come to any terms, blah, blah, blah. She goes, did you mediate? He goes, well, no, because there wasn't a moderator there yet. You go, well, it's on until noon, so it's 11 now. I think you'll find time. You can all go back. And I was like, suck it. So we go back. He's talking the same tough stuff. And so when they bring me in, I talk with the moderator by myself, and I was like, look, here's what I want. Boom, boom, boom. It's not far from what they're offering. I just want to close this gap. You know what I mean? Like, they wanted me out in a week. I was like, bro, give me 30 days. Give me 30 days. Come on. Yeah. So they go back and forth. And finally, they agree. And then this guy is Mr. Cool Guy. All right, Mr. Williams, best of luck to you. And it made me think, like, this is the point where someone tries to be sweet on you, right? Like, try to make, oh, it's all good. No hard feelings. But
so this is the guy that was after your shit. He's
the attorney for them.
Yeah.
So mind you, there's all this like bullshit and extras gonna add. We had a guy from another law firm come to like try to find out if there's other bad things going on from other tenants. They said I was harassing and terrorizing the tenants. I'm like, that's not even me on the camera. What? So when we're in the first time we go in and I'm sitting there waiting for us to go up, and I'm shitting bricks because I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I have this binder of stuff. I don't know if they asked me for something. What are they going to ask me for? Where is that in here? Is it filled out? I think.
Jesus.
And the lawyer and his client sit in front of me, and the lawyer turns around and he looks over at the nonprofit guy that's there helping, because they all have like a certain color they wear, so you can identify them. Okay. And he goes, that guy over there, better ask him if he's got a couch you can crash on. And just turns around. And I went, oh, you piece of shit.
What?
You piece of shit.
Why did
like,
he
you
say
couldn't just be decent and just sit here. You had to like throw a little something on it, put a little salt in the wound.
Why would he fucking say that?
Scare tactics. And then you realize, like, the big takeaway from me is you realize, like, you have more confidence. You do much more with confidence, right? That, like, we are so much more self-sufficient than we think. But also that scare tactics are a real fucking thing that will get used to overcome you. And you have to understand the law. Law is like lawyers, like that. What they understand is the fucking rules that govern our world. Like, these people understand this thing, you defeat it immediately, because they're just like, I don't even know. I don't understand what half of this means.
Sure, and they know that you don't understand. So
yeah, and so they bulldoze you, and you just gotta hold your ground. And so I'm grateful, really grateful for those people that helped me out and helped me to navigate that process. I'm grateful for going through the process, as scary and difficult and stressful it is, because when you get that notice and you find out I'm getting evicted, you immediately go, oh, it's because I'm not shit and I'm a loser and da-da-da. And it's like, it's not those things. It's not.
It's because they want to fucking make more money. They want to change your apartment. They want to go through this whole ordeal. Yeah. Like, dude, I'm sorry. I remember hearing that you were going through that process and being like, what the fuck? You're not a deadbeat. Like, that's the first thing that comes through. And you go, why are you being evicted? You're not a fucking... And then I remembered the place that you lived. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, they're a bunch of fucking assholes. They're a bunch of vultures. And dude, I've done episodes. I won't go deep into it because we want to wrap a lot of this up. But the way landlords out here We're really taking advantage of the fires. The way landlords out here taking advantage of people, fucking scumbags, and they're your neighbors. They're your people that are around you. You just forget that we all have it in us to be a fucking scumbag.
Yeah.
And like how quickly people will do this for money. How quickly. The guys in the locker room at the gym, you hear them like, this is what I want to do. I find someone, get the house. All this shit and these fucking games that they come up with.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, how about you be a regular person?
Yeah.
How about you
Be decent.
My landlord is the best guy in the world. And I'm going to say it out loud. I'm not going to say his name, but he's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I'm very lucky to have him. He hasn't raised my rent in like 2 years. When we had the fucking strikes, he came in and he goes, I know about the strikes. I'm not going to raise your rent because of the strikes.
Yeah.
I think this year he only raised it like 10%, whatever the minimum is.
Yeah.
Raised it at the minimum. Anytime there's a problem, he comes out.
Yeah.
He's fucking great. The only problem is he's old. So when I see him out there doing landscaping, I'm like, go back home. I don't want you to drop dead. Please.
Let me help you get those avocados, my man.
Please, man. You're the shit. He's very respectable in a landscape of real fucking assholes that are out here, man. And so when I heard what you went through, I was just like, fuck those people. Like, why not?
It worked out because, like I said, that re-sparked the conversation between Bex and I about moving in together. And it just was like, I mean, I do have to move. Kind of does feel like we're ready for this also. Like, you don't want to be here either. Why don't we just start looking?
What's it like living together now?
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. We still get on each other's nerves from time to time, of course, you know.
But you got room, right?
We got plenty of room. Plenty of room now. So it's like, it's nice to be able to.
I'm going to go upstairs. And when you decide you want to apologize, I'll be upstairs.
Yeah. But I'm like, I'm not going to come upstairs and apologize for nothing.
And then you're like, I'm going to get downstairs and apologize.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
2 hours later, you're like,
hey.
knock. Did you want something to eat?
Yeah.
You hungry?
Well, dude, I'm happy that it worked out for you.
Yeah, it's worked out
amazing. I'm happy that you have a
amazing.
better space. I think shitty experience, scary experience for you to have to go through, but
Yeah.
the back end of it is that you're in a better place.
Yeah.
And you're in a better place emotionally with it. And I
Yeah.
think it's great.
Getting to start that journey with my lady. It's really exciting.
Right place, right time for you.
Right place, right time, man.
Congratulations.
Even the way we found the place, when she met the landlord, they have mutual friends from where she used to work, and so there was just like, okay, so this is familiarity and comfort, and that I think that did make a bit of a difference for us.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So right place, right time.
Right place, right time. So right about now is when we talk about a little bit of physical media. I sort of pitch things that I have today. I'm wearing my super sweet Escape from New York
That's
shirt.
pretty cool.
Got this when we saw another great thing that happened last year. I got to see John Carpenter live.
Oh, that's another one from the show? Mm-hmm. Dude, concert shirts are the best.
Dude, they're so fucking great.
Yeah.
So we got to do this. I went with Will, which was fun. I got this shirt. I got that Thing shirt that you guys saw me on the other episode. Excuse me. And Will actually got shirts too. We ended up going out to bars afterwards, and he lost shirts. He lost his shirts.
Oh, no.
Well, I'm sure he'll have it by the time this episode. I went and found them, so I actually bought him shirts for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and
Very nice of you.
speaking of Christmas stuff, you got me this year.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to figure out the hands again. Here we go. Both the Terminator 2 vinyl and the Terminator 2 Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Talking about James Cameron, how much we love James Cameron.
Yeah.
This movie's the shit, dude.
I'm pretty sure. So there was a re-release, like second run theater in Delaware, Rodney Village Theater. And I am like 1,000. I know I saw it in the theater when it came out. I would not have been old enough to remember this. So it had to be the second run, but we saw this twice. My dad took us one night, and then we went back with my mom when she had a night off, and we saw a second time. Cause I remember falling asleep and then waking up when he goes, so good. Like to see that in the theaters as a kid.
So
Incredible.
scary.
Yeah.
So
God,
scary.
the T1, what is it? T2000? What's the silver dude?
That's the 2000, I think.
2000.
Or
Terrifying.
T1000. It's the 1000.
Terrifying.
It's the 1000.
I thought that was the Freddy Krueger guy, Robert Englund, when I was a kid.
Oh, Robert Patrick.
Yeah, because it looks similar, like, you know what I mean? I was like, that's definitely Freddy Krueger under there.
Yeah, Robert Patrick's great in that movie.
Yeah.
And then, dude, the stunts in that movie are so cool. I was talking with what I like to do. I got to get him on this show, but what I like to do ever since I had Joe Carnahan on In Love with the Process. Him and I have been buddies for a while. And when we watch movies that we like, we'll just send text to each other. I'm usually sending him.
Yeah.
I'll take video off the screen and send him a scene that I like. And I had sent it to you. I was watching Lethal Weapon, and it's the whole, my wife is dead and they're going to shoot myself.
Oh, it's such a good scene.
But I send scenes to Joe, and then the two of us go back and forth. He's like, did you know this happened? And so when I was watching Terminator 2, I sent him one of my favorite moments in that movie. It's towards the end when they're running away from the T-100 and they're in that little shitty pickup truck, and he's chasing them with the giant truck that has the...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, what is the cooling fluid? There's a name for it.
Antifreeze?
Yeah, but there's a name for it. And he's driving with that. And the trucks are locked, right? Because the big truck's behind him. And Arnold gets out through the windshield of the of the pickup, and he just walks over the truck up to the Mack truck's windshield with his, I think he had an M16.
Oh yeah, he just
like right on the window.
Oh, that's such a good spot.
And that's such an awesome practical moment with this great stunt guy. And the body language, stunt performers don't get enough fucking credit, man.
I think are they making that an Oscar?
I think they are.
They should.
I think a lot of people don't realize how much a stunt performer builds a character in just their silhouettes, in their movements, and how they move through spaces, how they process bits. And there are all these moments in some of the best action movies, like Henry Cavill and the Mission Impossible, when he says he does that whole fist bump. These moments for me stick in my brain, and when I think of when I think of Terminator, out of all, there's great scenes in this movie. Him walking up to the window with the fucking chain gun and fucking blasting all the cop cars. Linda Hamilton fucking capturing the doctor running down the hallway with a needle in his neck.
Just the shot where they first reintroduced her and she's like doing pull-ups.
Oh, she's a badass.
And she comes down, and you're just like, she's a fucking
badass in that movie. But that's that specific shot where the stunt guy gets out of the truck and goes up to that window. Through that
so
fucking
good.
thing. So fucking
think about all the moments now. The milk.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What's that guy's name? Todd or something? I feel like maybe I'm thinking of Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
It feels like the same couple almost.
Well, the woman, so we're talking about the scene where the kids' step-parents get killed by the T-1000. And the stepmom is actually Vasquez from Aliens.
Oh, that's right.
Vasquez from Aliens, the tough, awesome
Yeah. She was doing the pull-ups.
So hot.
Yeah.
She's a fucking hot lady.
Yeah.
And like awesome actress, killer fucking parts in James Cameron movies. She was also in Lethal Weapon 2, I think.
Really?
And she was the one that blew up on the diving board where she went out to the swimming pool and they put a bomb under the diving board.
You know what? I have only seen Lethal Weapon 1, I think.
We're not friends anymore.
How is this true?
How is this true?
The more I think about, because every time you mention something from Lethal Weapon, like I've seen Die Hard 1, I've seen, I watched part of the one where his son is in it or something. I see Die Hard 2. Which one's got Samuel Jackson in it?
Die Hard 3.
Okay, I've seen some of that. I've seen bits of Lethal Weapon 2.
Are you?
And then I remember seeing Lethal Weapon where like Danny DeVito was in it or something. Or no, Joe Pesci was in it. And Mel Gibson started feeling like rom-com Mel Gibson. And I was like, this is whack. Just put the first one on.
This is not a way to go into 2026. Well, you know what it is? Now it is.
Goals.
Now you have to come over and you have to watch these fucking
Let's do
movies,
it.
dude.
On Blu-ray.
Dude, Lethal Weapon 2 is the shit.
Yeah.
Come on. I'm just making sure I'm not standing on plastic. That movie's so fucking good.
We gotta watch it.
So fucking good.
We'll go watch it. Get some food.
Anyway, how did we get lost on this?
I don't know. Physical media.
I just learned something new about you, and I don't like it. But that was your gift for me, and I haven't given you your gift.
Oh, you have a gift. Oh, look at this guy. Thank you, man.
Merry Christmas.
I appreciate you. Oh, this is heavy.
Merry Christmas.
Heavy. I love the Godzilla with the human arms.
I'm going to not take credit for this.
Pink skin?
Regifted that bag to you. Gina
Do you know
got
how
me
many
that bag.
bags I've regifted this year? I did it worse. Becca got gifts from her job, and I used those bags to regift her gifts back to her. She was like, These are I was like, hey, they were good bags. We were going, you know,
I'm
what I
saving
mean?
the environment here, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what you got going on here, bud.
So Gina got me that bag.
How do they do it?
Get the fuck out of here. Is that we're gonna do an ASMR? ASMR.
Well, ASMR. Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
nice.
you're my
dude.
only. Well, you and Brett are my only two comic book friends that I have.
Superman New 52.
Yeah. So it's
Hell on Earth.
some cool
that
Superman
Bizarro?
stuff. No, it's like a. I don't want to give anything
Give
away.
them hell.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. It's a cool book.
It's very cool. Oh wow, he's turning my man inside out. That sounds crazy, but
You know,
you'll see if you read it.
he's opening them up. He's opening that
them
guy
up, baby. All right, we're just gonna do this.
Yeah. So I got a couple books in here that are pretty good. So okay.
Batman Urban Legends. Ooh.
What's cool about this Batman series, this is us getting real nerdy. What's cool about this is, for those of you who grew up in the 90s,
I would love this art.
Wildcats, Wildstorm, all that stuff, which was the Jim Lee stuff. Once Jim Lee went over to DC and became the president of DC or whatever,
Yeah.
and he did all the Batman books, I think he brought a lot of his characters over there. So he brought a lot of the Wildstorm characters like Grifter and all those guys over into that universe.
Ah, cool this looks.
And so this series got me because I think this is a series, right?
Yeah, Urban Legends.
There he is. There's
1,
Grifter.
2, and 3. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Batman and Grifter. Which
What
is
a cool
pretty
combo.
cool, man.
That's another hero that you feel like. This is like if Cable is Marvel for you, I feel like Grifter feels like the DC Mike Pesci.
I'll take that. I will happily take that as the little nerd in me goes, yay.
Yeah. Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah, I got 2 guns. But yeah, those are cool.
This is so cool.
Now,
I was actually just recently, so in the years of our friendship, Mike always ends up like cycling out books. So he wants to make space, and he's like, hey, come by. I got a bunch of books here. So since we just moved, I have now like 3 boxes full of comic books from other friends that have gifted me, from you, from ones that I've bought. And so I actually pulled out a small stack of ones that I'm going to sit down and read. And it was such an exciting feeling to like set them on my little thing by the door and go, okay, I'll just go through these. I'm like, oh.
I put them right next to my bed at night. I put the books that I want
Yeah.
to read so that if I'm not on my phone, I could just pick up a comic and fall asleep 5 pages.
Yeah. Ooh, what's this? Department of Truth?
All right. I don't know if you guys have heard of this book, but what's fascinating about this book is that it's kind of like the X-Files. But in this universe, if people believe in myths, myths come true. So if enough people believe in a myth, and so what's really interesting, I think this book starts this way. I think it's this issue where you're with this team of like sort of X-File-y sort of government agents.
Cool art too.
Yeah, it's a great art book.
Yeah.
They essentially have landed at the end of the world, and they're staring out at the end of the world because enough people are believing that the world is flat.
Wicked.
Yeah. And so they're trying to they're trying to keep things together.
Thank you, brother. That's really cool. I give you some kind of hug.
A little what an awkward dude hug.
That's awesome, dude.
Thanks, man.
Did you hear you thinking about the end of the world? I heard this new theory that sounds crazy, that apparently in Antarctica it is overrun with giant spiders.
What? Was this a TikTok?
Isn't it ridiculous? I don't remember where I saw it. I don't have TikTok, so it had to be maybe like Instagram or something.
What?
Which is not really better.
How are they? What?
Somebody apparently saw on Google Earth this spider-like giant creature. If you look at it, I'm like, I mean, yeah, I could see how you drew that conclusion, but also AI makes it hard to believe anything now. You're like, nah, before we go, that's Photoshop. Now you go, that's AI. So I don't know.
Do you believe in the giant spiders? Is that what you're saying?
No. Well, if there are giant spiders, hopefully the giant man on the moon just goes.
Shut the.
You know what I mean?
Your algorithm is
save
wild.
us.
Your algorithm has got to be the wildest thing.
It's crazy. Most guys' algorithm has like, cleavage, butts. I get conspiracy theories and weird things. But it's because I go in late night rabbit holes where I'm like, what are you talking about aliens? What are you saying on here? And then that turns into aliens, turns into religious zealotry and cults, and then monsters, and then something in the water, and then I can't sleep, and then I see something like the giant face man, and I go, fuck, okay, well, I'll go turn the TV on now. Yeah.
Well, dude, it's been a great year. It's a good start of our show. I've been very happy with the start of our show.
Yeah.
As we push into the new year, we're going to try to do more episodes, try to make this show bigger and better. We're going to try to get some guests on the show next. We're going to move into that. We'll have guests on the show, people from our industry. Hopefully we'll get some people. I really want to get into some more of like the love, right place, right time stuff.
Yeah. What would you guys want to see as well? Write to us. Let us know at Mike Pecci, at Go Lance Go, what is it? What's the other one?
In Love with the Process Pod.
That one too.
Yeah, because this is technically in the In Love with the Process
Umbrella.
podcast umbrella.
Yeah.
Well, before we run, I think we've got enough time to talk about a couple more things because we'll make this a solid 2 hours. Why not? Let's just do it. The supersized, as they would say in comic book land, supersized issue, supersized
thick
holiday
episodes,
holiday issue. I'm trying to decide if I want to talk about this on this show. I've got two things that I could talk about, two different things. So I'll bring it to you.
Okay.
I could either talk about, I was very happy that my parents and my family came out a week before Christmas, and we came out and they rented a house. And we got, instead of everybody getting hotels, they rented an Airbnb, and we got an Airbnb in the Hollywood Hills, which is an interesting story.
Yeah.
My other story, I've only got time for one. You can decide which one I do. The fate is in your hands, my friend. The other story is that because I have been friends with Scott Free for a while, they wanted to do 12KM, and they're involved with that, and now they're involved with this new movie. I got the email that said you're cordially invited to Ridley Scott's Christmas party.
Okay, here's how I'm going to decide this. So it's a total fucking trap for me to be like, don't talk about your parents. You know what I mean? So here's how I will decide, though. I want to hear the Scott Free story because I know your mom watches the show, and I can almost guarantee she's like, I don't want to hear about Chris. I was there. So I'm going to choose, for your mom's sake, the Ridley Scott story.
I knew you were going to. All right, so I talked about this a bit on In Love with the Process, so I'll get back into it on here, just so you guys can see my embarrassment. So I got the invite. Will and I got the invite to go to the Scott Free Christmas party.
Yeah.
And talk about right place, right time stuff, right? You're like, wow.
Yeah.
Right?
That's pretty cool.
And we've talked about this when we got to go see Gladiator 2.
Yeah,
like the friends and family screening with Ridley Scott to go see that. And when I trace everything back, for me, it all traces back to that right moment when I made 12KM and I decided to do it the way that we were going to do it. And that puts me in these environments, right?
Yeah.
And then me breaking my arm this year, coming up with this new movie idea, got me the invite to go to this Christmas party.
Yeah.
So like all of these pillars, all of these moments lead to another moment, right? So when you're talking about like, how did this guy get the opportunity to direct a movie? Or how did this person get the best apartment? Or how did this person find love? It's these moments and making decisions in these moments, and they lead you down this path.
Yeah.
So got the email, or actually Will called me and he goes, did you get the invite? And I go, to what? And he goes, did you get the invite to the Scott Free Christmas party? And I go, what? And so, because I'm still a fucking nerd,
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was like, what? And I go through my email and I go, I don't see it in my email. And he goes, oh, you're probably going to get it. And I go, yeah, I'm probably going to get it. And so then he hangs up the phone. And in my heart, I go, if Will got the invite, I'm going to get the invite.
Yeah.
So I'm like, is it there? And so it turns out my email just sorted it. So it got sorted into a folder. So I found it and I go, oh, this is fucking cool. It's a cool invite, cool fucking thing.
Yeah.
And I called up the producer that we know. And I was like, dude, it's fucking great. Like, this is super cool. And he goes, it's going to be cool. And I go, oh, it's fucking rad. Like, what do we have? What can we expect from this thing? And he goes, all we're saying is that this is the first year that we're going to have a xenomorph ice luge.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I posted a picture
Pretty
of it
sick
on my Instagram page. Xenomorph ice luge. And I don't feel like I'm giving away any sort of industry stuff. There's a bunch of people that went to this party, so it's not a big deal. So we go. I get to bring Gina. Will brings Jessa. We go to this event. I dress up nice, and then the whole idea is like, what do you wear, right? We always talk about like, what do you wear? How do you represent yourself?
At least it's getting colder now, so you can do layers.
I love it, dude.
Yeah.
layers. Men were made for layers.
Yeah.
And get to wear my boots. So I got dressed up, and Gina I'm very fortunate to have Gina around me because she styles people and she does personal appearances and all that kind of shit for folks. And so she's like, hey, what are you doing? I was dressing myself in a specific way, and she goes, what are you trying to be, like a fucking science teacher? Like, what is this thing that you're doing? And I was like, oh, my bad. And she goes, you know who you are. You're like the everyman, and you work and just dress the way you're supposed to be. And I was like, okay. So we go, show up, and we're early, right? Because you're showing up early.
Right, of course.
So we're early to the party, and we get in, and it's at, I'm processing how much I can say about this. It's at their offices. Now, Scott Free is the movie company, but they also have RSA, which is like the biggest advertising production company.
Oh, wow.
They also have Black Dog, which is like one of the biggest music video production companies. They're all there. These are all these companies. As a young director from Boston, I was like, man, I wish I could do my music videos with Black Dog. I wish I could do my commercials with RSA. Like, so to go into this space, it's pretty fucking huge, and you go, fuck, okay, cool. And we show up, and we're there, and there's a few people sort of lingering around, and they have like this really cool food spread, and lo and behold, there is a xenomorph ice luge carved out of ice. And Will's like, wow. And I go, we're not putting our mouths on that. That's not happening. Because when I told my mom that, because you call your mom, I told my mom, I was like, I got invited to the Scott Free Christmas party. She goes, don't get drunk. She said to me, don't you get drunk. They want to make a movie with you. Don't you fuck it up. Don't you get drunk. I don't know why my mom sounds like that, but she does. Don't get drunk. That's what she said to me. She goes, your show's really boring. And so we go, and there's this whole setup, and we're just kicking around. I go, we should probably have some food first, right? Because you're going to have to drink some booze because you're at this event.
Yeah.
And I pre-gamed with a little bit of food, but they also had like this really cool charcuterie like table set up. And so I was like, all right, let's hit some food. And we're doing that. And the four of us are just sort of clustered around waiting for people to come in. And I start to see these faces. And this one guy comes in, and he's got like this, he's an older gentleman. He's got this scarf around his neck. And I'm like, I know this fucking guy, right? And so he comes in, and he walks by us, and I'm looking at him pretty hard, and he looks over at me, and I give him like a, hey, man. And he goes, hey. And so he comes over to talk, and I'm talking to him, and I was like, how are you? And he's like, great. And he's like, it turns out he's from New York. And he's like, I've known Ridley for a long time.
Yeah.
And I've done all this stuff. And then it occurs to me, just like when we went to the screening, I go, right, this is an invite only thing.
Yeah.
So everybody here is going to be somebody that's doing something. And I go, okay, cool. So he's talking with us and then the girls, and they were chatting a lot. And Gina and Jess are really good at like really getting into conversations with people. And Will and I looked over, and we saw our producers show up. So we're like excusing ourselves because we have to go over and show some love to those guys. And we're walking away, and I'm like, I know that fucking guy. I don't know where I know that guy. I've seen his face before. And so we say hi to the producers. We get some drinks, and we're hanging. And Gina comes back over, and she goes, man, you shouldn't have walked away from that guy. And I was like, why? And she goes, he's his production designer. And I went, oh. I knew his face. Every like DVD extra that I had seen.
Yeah.
This guy was the production designer on fucking Gladiator. This guy was the production designer on like Seven. Like this guy was the production designer on all these fucking different things.
Shit.
And I didn't get a chance to reconnect with him, which is a huge bummer. I'm going to try to find your contact information if you happen to watch this show, because I want to get you on the fucking show. This guy's a legend. A legend. And I was like, whoa. And it was weird how my brain recognized him from like DVD extras.
Yeah. You're like, I know this face, but
I know this fucking guy. So we're there. Now, before I went to the party, we were all talking, and I hadn't had a chance to meet Ridley yet. Like I had been in his offices with 12 Cam.
Yeah.
Apparently he saw 12 Cam, really liked 12 Cam. And so I just hadn't had a chance to do it. So when I talked to the producers ahead of time, I go, I think tonight's the night. I think you guys should introduce me to Ridley. It'd be fun to meet Ridley tonight. And they go, yeah, tonight's probably a good night for that. And I was like, cool. It's like meeting Santa, it'd be fun to do that.
Yeah.
And so we're at the place, and I'm talking to one of my producers, and I said to him again, I go, hey, I just want to remind you, tonight's a good night. for me to meet Ridley. I could see it in his eyes. He sort of gave me this look and he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, and my brain was running and I go, you motherfucker, you're not going to introduce me to Ridley. Right? That's running. But he probably was. But in his brain,
he goes, I'm never introducing you to Ridley.
And I was like, oh, shit. And so I was just running this in my head.
Yeah.
And so now I'm getting a little desperate. Now rewind to before I left the house and I'm talking with Tran, who was hanging out with us.
Yeah.
And he goes, what are you going to say to Ridley? And I go, I'll tell you what I'm not going to say. I said, I'm going to do it right. I said, I'm not going to go up to him and go, I'm your biggest fan. I'm not going to go up to him and say, all your movies are huge influence on my films.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say those things. I've done a little bit of research. I know he loves art. And I'm just going to be a part of the conversation. I'll just get into the conversation and I'll chime in when I can chime in. And I'll just do it the right way. That's what I'm going to do. So now I'm at the party. And I'm at the party and Ridley shows up and he's there and he's hanging out and he's super cool.
Yeah.
He's like the grandpa that you've always wanted to have hang out.
Yeah.
And he's got his scarf on. He's really cool. And he's walking around. He's talking to all these different people. And in my head, I'm like, I'm meeting him tonight. Like this is the time I'm going to do it. I'm going to meet this guy tonight. And so he's moving around the party, doing his bits. And Will's being shotgun with me. And he's like, there are pizzas outside. Let's go get some pizzas. So we go outside, have some pizzas. And we're headed in that direction. And walking towards me is Ridley Scott. And he's walking in my direction. And it's so bad that I'm putting this online. So he's walking towards me and I see him and I'm looking right at him. You know me.
Yeah.
And I'm looking right at him and I see him and he looks at me. And now we have this moment of connection. And what do? I go, hey.
Yeah.
I do one of those points.
Yeah.
Which if you're any normal person, if someone points at you like, that means I know you. That's what that means.
Yeah.
I don't know why I did it. But I just went,
so, hey, you.
Hey. And he does one of these. He does the slow down and he goes, hey. And I walk over to him and I go, I'm your biggest fan. I say everything that I said I wouldn't say. I just want to let you know your work is huge. And I heard myself saying it. And I just want to let you know I'm your biggest fan on all your work. And I have to commit. I can't stop halfway through. And I'm just like, just want to let you know. And dude, I've been in that situation where I've had fans come up to me and I could see him processing it the same way, where he's just like, okay, great, man. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. And I see it just going this way. And I'm like, and in my head, I go, fuck. Like I've done it the wrong way. I've done it the wrong way. And like Top Gun, like his brother's movie, like Tony Scott's Top Gun, my goose is over my shoulder.
Boom.
Fucking Will comes right in over my shoulder and he goes, Ridley. And he goes, huh? Double guy that he doesn't know, right?
Yeah.
He goes, huh? And he goes, hey, man, just want to let you know, we're very excited to be making a movie with you guys. And now he goes, oh, and now he has to run his brain. Will's smarter than me. So now he's going to run his brain. And he goes, this is the producer we're working with. He goes, oh. So now he's got the connection on the whole thing. And Will goes like, we wrote the script. Can't wait for you to read it. He goes, it's got like no dialogue in it. And Ridley goes, no dialogue's good. That's what he says. No dialogue's good.
There you go.
And that was our interaction with Ridley Scott.
I love that you went for it. I love that you went through the beat of like, oh, what am I saying? But it's too late now. I got to finish saying it.
I just got to do it.
Because it takes guts to go for it in those moments. And I think, good for you for going for it and saying something, man.
Well, if I wasn't such a fucking media whore, he probably wouldn't remember it. But now I'm putting it on the fucking internet. So like if I do bump into him, like he doesn't watch this fucking show. So hopefully I'm still good.
He's like, are you recording this right now?
Hopefully I'm still good. Because when I actually meet him for real, I pretend like that didn't even fucking happen.
Oh, you're the guy that's a big fan of my movies, right? They had a huge
asshole.
impact.
You're the asshole that pointed at me when you didn't actually know me. How
about, and then every time he sees you, it's just.
I hope so. If that's the shit, I'll laugh every fucking time. But I'm not even that important. That's the best part. He won't remember me. Like it'll be, I'll meet him after we make the movie.
Nonsense. He's gonna remember you, and he'll remember you even better after the movie.
I think so. So who knows, man? Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I said this on the other show. I asked everybody to ask Santa for a very specific actor to read our script, because if he reads our script, then the movie happens.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be reading it right now. So yeah, man, it was cool. It was was one of those experiences where you're there at a party and dude, there was like 60 of us. It was a small event and it was fucking wild. And a couple of my buddies were there. Zach Mark, who you met.
Yeah.
He was there. Love you, Zach. Zach's a big fucking supporter. I got to hang out with him. I got to hang out with
You found yourself with a good group of supporters in terms of like other directors and people in that same position.
Big shout out to the Nelms brothers
really cool,
and all the support that they do. Yeah, man. It's really nice finding other directors that really want you to succeed. You know,
genuine.
Like Joe, like all these different guys that really want to see you get.
You got to do a big directors episode.
I should have a bunch of these guys all.
I'll queue up my reel. We can put it on the screen. Yeah. I think it would be really cool to see you and these guys who have been so supportive and so genuine with you in your career, like sit down and get to talk about, from the different years of experience, the different films, the different genres, the different voices, and hear what all that is in one room. That'd be cool.
I should do a whole director's episode. That'd be great. Yeah. So it was a pretty cool moment, man. Like you talk about watershed moments, like holy shit, dude. Just to find yourself in that space. And then we got to talk to a lot of different people and got to connect with, my old buddy Pruss and Sam and all those guys. So fingers fucking crossed, dude. Like, hopefully great year. Hopefully
it will happen. We're going to collectively just manifest. Mike will make his movie.
Yeah. It's going to be great, dude. It's gonna be good, dude. I've been doing I've been doing all the research and the promotion. Not the promotion, but all the research and all the prep for it. Yeah. And holy shit, man, it's a fucking
cool, man. You're doing your prep. I mean, not a lot of people do it.
Dude, it's so much fun. So much fun. Anyway, that's the Scott Free story.
That's pretty good, right? Isn't that good?
So, hope you guys liked today's episode. Please. If you aren't doing it so far, if you're just listening to this on our standard RSS feed and you're listening to this on Spotify, why aren't you watching it? You missed me squirming uncomfortably on the couch as I told that story. That's the difference between me telling the story here.
Get up, there's a damp spot.
Yeah. Someone get some paper towels. There's a difference between me telling that story here and then me telling that story on the other show is that you can watch me do it. And I'm happy, man. I'm happy that you and I finally decided to start filming the show. And I'm very excited. I want to do a big shout out to all of our sponsors and the people that sponsor In Love with the Process, and the people that sponsor this show. We're filming the show on a Fujifilm X-H2S camera. And as we push into the new year, we're excited to continue our sponsorships and blow our sponsorships up with new people. So that way we can continue to do the show. And I would like to get to a point where I could start bringing on a staff and make the show even bigger and better.
Well, we should say then for the folks watching out there, if you're someone in the position and you feel like, hey, I like this show, I want to support this show, write to us, let us know how you think you can support. We're always open to receiving.
So if you're out there and you're like a film student, or if you're someone that wants to work on the show, wants to work on the podcast, and want to do like an internship, write to me at Mike Pecci, and we'll go through it. Like I've had a bunch of other great interns on the show. My buddy Liam went on to work for Saturday Night Live. And then Dave Apostolides, Nick's brother, he then went on to work for a bunch of different companies. So, it's a great stepping stone. You can learn a lot. So write to me at Mike Pecci if you guys are let's be real, if you're in the LA area. Although Liam fucking moved out here.
Oh, he's out here now?
No, when I had him out here for the thing.
Oh, yeah, right.
He moved out here. Now, I wish he was out here. Miss you, buddy. All right, dude. I think that's kind of it. I think we should wrap this up.
Yeah. Happy holidays, everybody. Enjoy it.
And I hope you guys have a great new year. I hope your year is fulfilling. I hope your year I hope you're going to make a bit more money this year. I hope you're going to find a way to make yourself comfortable. And more than anything else, I hope that you find yourself in the right place, right time to make your year the best it could possibly be.
That was nice. That was good.
Thanks, dude.